Hello and welcome back to another video, and my dear honor here, and we are doing part 2 of What If Tanjiro Trained Earlier. Okay, we left off when Tanjiro was 10 years old. He had already become a demon slayer at the age of 7. He's very elite. He's very close to becoming what's it called? A pillar, like really close. Like he's really close to becoming a pillar. And yeah, he knows, a quick recap. If you want to know everything what happened, go watch the last video. It's bussin'. So yeah, go check that out. Basically, what Tanjiro knows is all the flame breathing styles. He knows the well, not water breathing yet. He knows the breath of the sun god styles. He knows those two styles, and he just started learning the water styles. So yeah. Let's get into it. Oh yeah, and I want to say this. Kanao, instead of having her already did the whole the test to become a demon slayer at 7, nah, scratch that. She gonna be doing it at the same time she did, but Tanjiro already did the test. So yeah, let's get into it. So basically, this giant, humongous boulder that Urokodaki had Tanjiro to cut, he already taught Tanjiro how to like the forms and the way to breathe, because Tanjiro already knows how to do the breathing styles. He just doesn't know like the way to do the water, but Urokodaki taught him that, so he's able to do those and all. But Urokodaki told him to cut this boulder without any breathing style, just slice, just one slice. So it took Tanjiro, Sabito and Makamo came and all, but like Tanjiro beat them in like. If you guys can hear anything, just ignore that. So yeah, Sabito and Makamo came and all and stuff like that, they didn't really. They helped and all, but like Tanjiro beat them easily. So basically, he cut that rock in less than a week. In about a week. So yeah, Tanjiro cut the rock in a week, and so. But in order to completely pass, Urokodaki said he wanted Tanjiro to spar Giyu. So it took Giyu in order for him to like get there. Not to get there, it didn't take him a whole week, but he had work and stuff. So yeah. So then he finally got there about a week later, and they had to spar. And Urokodaki only wanted Tanjiro to use breath of the water style only. So yeah. So basically, they start boxing and all, with the swords. And you can tell by the looks of it, Urokodaki is seeing that Tanjiro with the water style is almost at the strength of Giyu. And Giyu is very elite with the water style, even better than Urokodaki. And yada yada yada. So yeah, my bad if you guys can hear that. It's just I'm on my couch in the living room. So yeah, in my living room. So yeah, pretty much yeah. And they basically try every form on each other, but they're not like really trying to slice. They're just clashing swords, and so and so. And after that fight, neither of them really won. But Giyu could have killed Tanjiro, but Tanjiro also could have killed Giyu. But Giyu did have an upper hand, since he did have the 11th form that was created by himself called a Low. So yeah. And just letting y'all know, I did some research on all of the breathing styles for each and every one, because I wanted to get this right, because in the last video I didn't really know, and so. I know Inosuke's, I know Zenitsu's. I know Zenitsu only knows how to do one, and he did make another one in the manga. I'm sorry for the spoiler. Yeah. So yeah. Oh, and for the flame style, only 5 has been shown at all in the whole Demon Slayer movie. None other than that. Only 5 has been in the show. So it's only 1, 2, 4, 5, and 9. Those are the only ones shown ever in like the whole Demon Slayer series, including manga and movie. So yeah, don't hate. So yeah, Tanjiro has mastered water style, fire style, breath of the sun god, and yes, Tanjiro has that eye thing with the breath of the sun god that can make him see movements and through people's bodies and stuff like that. Yeah, Tanjiro has that. So his sun mark, instead of it being like this, it's reached all the way to like right here into the middle of his face. And he's developing his flame mark only a little bit though, and it's like it's coming up from this side of his forehead. And the watermark, he hasn't developed a moral mark at all yet. And just so you know, watermark goes about right here, because I know Gyu. I'm not gonna say no spoilers. I'll tell you where to skip because it's about to be a spoiler. Boom, boom. So skip to there. Right here is where the watermark goes for Gyu. Gyu has his watermark in the manga during the fight with Akasa. I think that's his name. And yeah, so that's where, like, right there below the eye is where the watermark is supposed to go. And just so you know, mark of the Demon Slayer means you mastered completely, like, really, really mastered it. That thing. So yeah, Tanjiro completely mastered the breath of the sun god and stuff like that. So he's like really, really strong. To be honest, he can probably beat Gyu. And by beat Gyu, I mean he could beat Gyu if he go all out with all his breathing styles. So yeah. And just so you know, he's stronger than he's stronger than Rengoku, but not at the same time. Like they both near strength. Well, Gyu is stronger than Rengoku, and I don't care who says so because it's already said in the manga. Yeah. And sorry for the spoiler. But yeah. So let's get back into it. So basically, after that, Tanjiro and his family lived happily for a very long time, for 2 years. And during that 2 years, Tanjiro has been, well, even ever since Tanjiro was 7 and first passed the Demon Slayer exam, Tanjiro has been developing his own breathing style for himself, that he's made himself so that he can train somebody one day. And I'll tell you each form right now. There's only 5 forms to it. Only 5 forms. And it's Breath of Light. Breath of Light. And yes, this is like created by myself. I just got these. For the first form is Light Slash. A regular slash. Like kind of diagonal. And it slices off the neck and part of the shoulder if you like that. Or it could be straight. It could be a lot of ways, but it doesn't go straight down and straight up. And then we have Blinding Light, which is a move where he just moves, where basically he moves his sword in like a circle motion real quick, and it just like makes light to the point where the person is blind. The third third form is Mirroring Light, which basically makes like after images of Naruto. I said Naruto, of Tanjiro. They're not like shadow clones because they can't really touch them, but they look exactly like Tanjiro. They're just a little tiny bit brighter. And then you have a Bright Thrust, which is like the light covering the sword, and doop, it's like a thrust. It's kind of like that the water form. Which one is it? It's like the what's called water form. It's Piercing Raindrop, where it basically like a thrust to anything coming towards, and like makes like a whole like little shield of whatever comes next. So yeah. And then the final form of the Breath of Light, which is form 5, Light Speed Slice, which is Tanjiro moving in a circular motion at light speed. He's moving in a circular motion at light speed and goes in for many slashes, leading with the last slash for the neck. So, yeah. Pretty cool. So, yeah, that's what he's developed in since he was 7 years old. And at the age of 12, that's when Tanjiro has finally mastered it. So, yeah, basically that's what happened. And 12 years old is the year that Kanao, Inosuke, and Zenitsu, and the other dude will be doing the test for thing. And instead of Inosuke doing it separately, Inosuke is going to do it over there where Zenitsu and them was, okay? So, yeah. Let's get into it. But before that happens, yeah, Tanjiro's family's death had to happen. So basically, Tanjiro was off for a week. He had accidentally left his sword at Mr. Rokodaki's place. Well, not accident. Well, yeah, because he was off for a whole week and he left it there. And before that, he was off. He was doing a little bit training with Mr. Rokodaki. And yeah, and so and so. And with the training, he accidentally left his sword, but he's with his family. He has no worries because if anything happens, a demon slayer may come. So yeah. But then one day, Tanjiro went off to go work with to go get some coal. His dad is dead though. I'm not even gonna say nothing. His dad is dead. Tanjiro's dad died. So yeah. So yeah, he's going to get some coal and stuff. But they still live on the mountain because they're happy there, even though Tanjiro does bring in some money. So he could have them live over there in that place, where the Hashira stay. But nah. So yeah, he goes to the thing and he stays there pretty late. And on his way back at night, while night's about to come, the dude, the Gram says, "Come inside. There could be demons at night." Tanjiro says, "I know. I'm a demon slayer." He says, "Yeah, well, where's your sword?" He says, "I left it at my master's, one of them." And he says, "Get inside." Tanjiro got inside and slept. He wasn't worried about his family because he knew it would be. He thought it would be all right. So he goes up the mountain, and on his way there, he sniffs and he smells the scent of blood. At first, he thought it was iron. Iron? Tanjiro said, "No, it's blood." He rushes up the mountain to go see, and he's just like, and automatically, right away, Tanjiro just burst into tears. Not too many tears, like he's not making noise. It's just like tears just coming out of his eyes, seeing his whole family dead. But he can tell that Nezuko's still alive and covering one of the children, but the child is dead. All the children dead, and like blood everywhere. He sniffs and he smells that it was the scent of a demon, and he can tell it was a very powerful demon. This angers Tanjiro, but what he does is he grabs Nezuko, who's passed out, and buries the rest of his family. He leaves, and it's in the snow. It's basically snow, and it's the morning. It's like snow, so and the sun is like covered by a bunch of clouds and stuff. Like it's very cloudy, so the sun isn't out. And Nezuko's on his back, and he's trying to head to Mr. Urokodaki's place as fast as possible. Yeah, and so. But it's not, Mr. Urokodaki's place is not super duper far. It's still far. It's far. It's pretty far, but not super duper far. So yeah, basically that happened, and that happens, and then he tries to make it there, and the same thing happened with Nezuko. Nezuko is falling off. Oh yeah, just to let you guys know, Tanjiro's already a pillar. He's a Hashira. So yeah, he's became a pillar and really high rank. He's the second strongest pillar. And the first, of course, is that one, the stone pillar. My bad for spoilers, but yeah, whatever. So yeah, basically that happened, and then Giyu comes and is about to slice the demon's head off. But, whoa, he doesn't really need to slice it. Like, Giyu didn't really need to save Tanjiro, because remember, Tanjiro's still very strong. So he's still overpowering Nezuko. But Nezuko is a really strong demon if you think about it. Like, her strength is pretty good. But he was able to mount her. Giyu comes and he's about to slice off her neck. Because Tanjiro knows she's a demon, but he not going to kill his own sister, his only family left after what had happened. So, yeah. He basically grabs Nezuko and dodges Giyu. Giyu says, "Tanjiro, what are you doing? Where's your sword?" He says, I left it at Mr. Rokodaki's. And then Tanjiro explains the whole situation, and he says, "I'm going to talk to the Hashira. My sister isn't bad." And the whole thing when Nezuko happened, and Giyu could tell that Tanjiro isn't bad. So yeah. Oh wait, never mind. My bad. I sound stupid because this is off topic. This is on topic, but off topic. The exam isn't till Tanjiro's 14 years old. I was kind of confused at the same time. So my bad. But yeah, Tanjiro's still 12 though. And stuff like that. So basically, the whole thing with Nezuko happens, but in the Hashira meeting happens. All the Hashira are there, but they accept Nezuko as Sanemi did give her a test, and it worked. Like, she passed. So yeah, Nezuko is officially a part of the Demon Slayer Corps. So we're gonna skip about 2 years later to where Tanjiro is 14 years old. He's the number 1 strongest Hashira. He's very strong, but all the other Hashira are stronger than, like, they're not stronger than Tanjiro, but in their own, like, sections, they're very, very, very strong. And by very, very, very strong, I mean very, very, very strong in their own sections. Like, Tanjiro couldn't compete with them with some, like, he couldn't compete with the Stone Pillar with the way the Stone Pillar fights. But as in demon slaying, Tanjiro is the best. So at the age of 14, Tanjiro asks the master of the the master of the Demon Slayer Corps if he can go watch over the Demon Slayer exams to see whoever comes out, if he wanted to get any subordinates and, like, train some people so they can be strong pillars in the future, just like Tanjiro's young pillars, just like Tanjiro is. Well, Tanjiro been a pillar. He's been a pillar since he was like 11 years old, and so he's been a pillar for 3 years. Tanjiro's been a pillar for 3 years. And so the master of the Demon Slayer Corps allowed him so. And yeah, we're not going to get too much into the Demon Slayer Corps because we did not see really nothing of anybody else besides Tanjiro in there. And guess what? Tanjiro's not in this one. So it comes to an end, and only 4 survivors out of the 20 people there. And the survivors is that one dude that trained under the Stone Pillar. I forgot his name. I'm not even gonna lie. Don't hate. Well, and then we have Zenitsu, who Tanjiro can see is pretty scared, but he can sense something and smell something weird about him. And he can see Inosuke with the boar head, and Inosuke seems perfectly fine. He got a little blood on him, but that's about it. And Tanjiro had seen Kanao, and he's not even worried about Kanao, who's not even touched. Kanao isn't even touched, like, at all. Kanao is a goat. He's not worried about Kanao because Kanao is already the subordinate of, what's called? Shinobu, so he doesn't really care about that. But he's already decided to take Zenitsu and Inosuke in. They chose Zenitsu, and Inosuke had chosen their sword and stuff. So, about a week later, or 2 weeks, I mean, Tanjiro has already gotten to know Zenitsu and Inosuke, as he told him about his life and how he's going to be training them, and they're going to be working with him. But at first, Inosuke was a little suspicious. He's like, I'm not working under you, chump. We're the same age. We're partners. And you're not training me. I'm probably stronger than you. But then Zenitsu noticed he has marks. He has the mark of flame and whatever that other mark is in the water mark. And yes, Tanjiro has developed the water mark. And he's getting a little bit of a light mark, which is only which is like a slash, and you could tell it's like yellow. It's like bright yellow, but it's like right on his chin at the bottom, and it's pretty cool. But that's about it. So yeah, so Inosuke kind of shuts up because Tanjiro shows him his strength and all the things he knows. So he says, I'm gonna be training you guys, and I want you guys to learn my breathing form I created on my own. It's called the Breath of Light. Zenitsu and Inosuke are kind of surprised, and Zenitsu is like, no, please don't make me go through this again. I only know one thunder form, one breath of thunder, and Inosuke says, 1? That's great. At least you know at least 1. One is better than none. You need to understand this. But when I'm teaching you, you're gonna know them all. He says to Zenitsu. Zenitsu is kind of scared of Tanjiro, but they're all the same age. Oh yeah, and Tanjiro shows Inosuke and Zenitsu about Nezuko and how she's okay and stuff, and yada yada yada. But Inosuke is solid. He's great, and he's learning pretty fast with the Breath of Light. It took him a while to learn the Form 1 and stuff, and he and Tanjiro, of course, had to make them slice a giant boulder in half. So, yeah. And then they didn't even know that Tanjiro was a Hashira, though, because they never asked and Tanjiro never said. And then Zenitsu and Inosuke asked, wait, no, really Zenitsu. Zenitsu asked, wait, what rank are you, Tanjiro? He says, I'm a Hashira, a pillar. And this just froze Inosuke and Zenitsu. He said, you didn't tell us? He says, why else would I be training you guys when you're a demon slayer? Come on. It's pretty obvious, ain't it? And this is where I'm going to end the video. So thank you very much for subscribing to my channel. Oh, please subscribe to my channel. Link in the description for my friend who made my outro. Peace out. Oh yeah, hit the like button. Peace.